The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, fatal cancer situation at Engau, Woodluck relocation exercise doing well, and Sport Stock Sevens gets back in. With no cobalt-60, cancer patients in PNG are forced to seek costly treatment overseas or succumb to their illness. This has been the case for over a decade.
The National Cancer Services at the Engau Memorial Provincial Hospital in Lae has been without the isotope cobalt-60 to use in radiation therapy for cancer treatment. This has been the situation for 15 years. The Acting Director of Curative Health Services with the Morobe Provincial Health Authority, Dr. Stephen James, emphasized that a multidisciplinary approach is required to treat cancer. He listed the main ones as surgery, where an operation is needed to remove the tissue with cancer cells, chemotherapy, where special drugs are used, and radiation therapy, where high-energy rays are used to kill cancer.
Those three different modalities of treatment must go together to cure cancer. If it's confirmed cancer, then all those three modalities go together. Not only one modality fully treats the cancer that has been diagnosed. So here we're talking about drugs. The other component of radiotherapy is something which we are still progressively trying to bring back.
Dr. James said the cancer treatment facility at Engau currently has chemotherapy, which is supported by the Kumul Petroleum Holdings and the surgical component. The Morobe Provincial Health Authority has met almost all the guidelines set by the International Atomic Energy Agency to bring in the cobalt-60 isotope. Dr. James outlined that the first step was passing the Radiation Safety and Control Act 2019.
PNG never had one, so it was passed on the floor of Parliament, and now we're working towards securing the isotope ourselves. So in that way it makes our treatment complete.
The radioactive isotope that Engau has been using has outlived its time, hence the source needs to be replenished for effective radiation therapy. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
The awareness on the rollout of newly launched Mama Bank loan product, Solar Powered Dinau, began on Tuesday at Wewak Town with a good turnout. Partners, Women's Microbank Gunandi Das, Sankin Country Manager Hendrik Tegete and Helen Poley of NGF Limited were present. Today, the team headed to Kusambul. On Thursday, they traveled to Maprik. The roadshow will continue to the rest of East and West Sepik. The aim is to showcase the product to the people, open accounts of those interested, and demonstrate how to use the product. Tegete said the Solar Power Dinau products will be in Wewak in mid-February and transported to each Mama Bank branches in the Sepik region. The Universal Church in PNG held a youth outreach activity on Saturday, 14 January to sensitize street youths to learn about the theme normal. The slogan says, "What do you do that is considered normal but led you to trouble?" Over 400 youths gathered at the Universal Church to share about this.
About 400 or more youths in Port Moresby, including members from the 8 Mile and Cocky Outreach churches, stand up at the main Universal Church for the youth outreach program. Pastor Jonathan Pine told the youths that it is not normal to follow others and do destructive things to their lives. He encouraged them to make the right choices, even when others may think it is not normal.
No matter how young or how old you are, you all have free will. You can make your own choices, your own decisions. When you make your own choices, your own decisions, you're going to reap your own results of your own decisions. So don't think that it's normal to live a life of doing what is wrong. You can have a better life. But in order to have a better life, you need to be strong.
Testimonies of young people in church was a convincing element. Kota Takip was addicted to betel nut, smoking and drinking. With this influence, he was bad news at home. But when he joined the Universal Church, he changed for the better. He is urging others to follow. A life drama by youths from the main Gordon's Church brought the whole intention of the youth outreach into perspective. After the drama, many more youth step forward with conviction to change their lives and live what they think is normal that has been destroying their lives and affecting their families. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
All public schools in Morobe province will not be charging school fees, project fees or any kind of school-related fees. Provincial Program Advisor or Education Kit Tangui said this directive covers elementary to secondary schools.
Last year, Morobe's Provincial Program Advisor for Education, Keith Tangui, announced that all schools that come under the Education Department will not be charging school fees, while project fees can be collected as per the Provincial Education Board's decision. However, that decision has been amended following a directive from the Education Secretary, Dr. Uke Kombra, this morning.
Provincial Education Board is the legitimate decision-making body. We have authorized all schools in Morobe to charge fees. But the Secretary wants no more fees to be paid. So we will stop paying fees because government of the day, our Honorable Governor, Songan Luther Wenge, declared in the public all over the place that schools are going to be free in Morobe. Now the national government is saying free. So we will now, PB will not allow schools to charge any more school fees or project fees or parent support fees or uniform fees, whichever. Any kind of fees that the schools charge is now forbidden.
Tangui said if the government does not disburse funding to schools in time, then the Morobe Education Division will have no choice but to close them down. The education advisor stressed that the reason behind collecting project and uniform fees is so that schools can meet their operational expenses.
Our Secretary and the Minister are strongly condemning Morobe that you should not charge any fees at all this year. But I'm going to leave a warning for the government. If the schools run out of money any time of the year, because there's a shortfall in the economy, there's no money in the country or whatever, the government will be totally responsible to put back the school in the right track. How are they going to do it? It's with them.
Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
TV1 News continues after this break. Stay tuned.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
OpenNet.
Without a doubt, you care for your loved ones. You want to keep them safe, whoever they may be with, wherever they may be, in the home or facing the world outside. Don't let anything stop you, not even bacteria. Protex helps protect your skin with natural extracts. Boosted with flaxseed oil, Protex helps eliminate 99.9% of bacteria for healthy skin. And with the power of natural goodness, you're ready to play every day. Protex, for the good health of your skin.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager. Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Life.
Video marketing is the latest trend in today's world. We at Trend Media have the expertise and unrivaled multimedia platforms to take your messages to the next level. Our TVWAN platform gets the most audiences from Filipino dramas, popular sports telecasts, and up-to-date live news. Advertise on Digicel TV and TVWAN to bring your messages to the center stage. For more information, contact Trend Media today.
Welcome back. Criminal elements have taken advantage of the road link between West New Britain and East New Britain provinces to proliferate their criminal activities to a whole new level. Talasia MP Freddie Kumai raised this issue on the floor of Parliament today.
MP for Talasia, Freddie Kumai, has raised concerns in Parliament today in regards to the rise of law and order in Western Britain since the opening of the New Britain Highway. He said criminal activities are on the rise with no police presence along the highway. Mr. Kumai also mentioned that there is a certain route and link evolving around the maritime provinces of Morobe and Eastern Western Britain provinces, both on land and sea, that contributes to the rising law and order rates in the province.
Can the Minister inform the House if the Police Department has any plans to establish border posts at certain strategic locations to destabilize the illegal route and arrest perpetrators? That's number one. Number two, can the Minister also consider the establishment of water police units?
I am advised, Mr. Speaker, by the Commissioner that the development of further highway patrols, posts in key highways, and further investment in water police capabilities in coastal areas form key components of our RPNGC planning activities. I'm advised that the maintenance of an agile and responsive water policing capability remains a key component of RPNGC's strategic focus.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, the Minister for Internal Security stressed that regional problems require regional support, including provincial governments and stakeholders.
And so I call on all provincial governments, officials to work with the RPNGC to ensure that they support the provincial policing plans and empower their local police. Only with the provincial support can we expect specific regional problems to be.
Member for North Fly, James Donald, says the process and procedures involved in getting an Australian visa are challenging to simple Papua New Guineans. He pointed out that the Australian Visa Office is also not based in PNG.
Getting an Australian visa is a mammoth task with a lot of requirements, says Member for North Fly, James Donald. To add to the challenge for simple Papua New Guineans applying for an Australian visa, the Australian Visa Office is not based in country.
You may talk, you may close relationship, pass away. So
Another question is why the office is in Fiji? Meeting was an office for Australia, stable PNG. But why Salim go to Fiji or processing visa me? Now me ask him in the minister number 3 question. Can we have an undertaking between two countries? Relax him legally. Now talk about him, let's process visa on arrival. I mean not hard or something. We know each other. We've been living together. So what's making it so difficult?
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Labour and Immigration, John Rosso, admitted that one does have to wait for a long period of time to have their visa processed in order to travel to Australia. He added that this concern was put before Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese during his 2-day visit to the country last week.
Especially when Australia says it is a very close friend of ours, but doesn't reciprocate with that sort of treatment. That the Australian Prime Minister visited Umilo last week, and that was one of the major things that our good Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister all bringing up one time, Australian Prime Minister and a delegation blame.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
100 houses out of a total of 223 have so far been built for landowners of the Woodluck mining project on Woodluck Island in Milne Bay Province. The project is part of the relocation exercise carried out by project developer Geo-Pacific Resources.
The Mineral Resources Authority has expressed satisfaction with the standard of housing and facilities being built by Geo-Pacific Resources, developer of the Woodluck mining project, for its landowners involved in the relocation and resettlement exercise. MRA Acting Managing Director Jerry Gary returned from the project site last weekend after a 2-day inspection of the houses and facilities. He was impressed with the quality of the houses being constructed. He adds that they had set a new benchmark for the rest of the mining industry to follow. Geo-Pacific Resources Community Affairs Officer Bosco Lapis said the company will build 223 houses. They have completed over 100 so far, and impacted landowners have moved in. Lapis said they have yet to complete 83 houses. 23 of these were 90% complete. Lapis said the time frame for the completion of the remaining houses will depend on logistics and finance. However, he said the project is a priority for the company and that the company will ensure that all houses were delivered. The relocation exercise is part of the company's mining plan, where it has to relocate villages from Kulumadau to Bawen, Seloka and Dikoyas in order to mine resources at Kulumadau. Impacted landowner groups, including the Landowner Association, women, youth and church representatives, also expressed satisfaction, although they raised issues with certain features of the houses, such as windows, which Lapis said is being resolved. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Bank South Pacific Financial Group Limited has renewed its sponsorship towards the famous Hiri Moale Festival to be held in March 2023. BSP today handed over a check of 30,000 kina to assist with the festival.
The 49th Hiri Moale Festival will be held from the 3rd to the 5th of March 2023, and Bank South Pacific Financial Group Limited has continued its support towards the annual festival held in Port Moresby. This will be the first sponsorship launch towards the festival and is the 3rd time BSP has assisted. Corporate Sponsorship Manager Amelia Minopu stated that BSP is pleased to join another year round since 2021.
As you all know, culture and traditions play big roles in our communities and in the Pacific, and the values that the communities that we operate in. And it's through events like the Hiri Moale Festival that our brand identifies with the people that we work with.
Motu Koita Assembly Chairman and Acting Governor for NCD, Daddy Toka Jr., acknowledged the partnership and gave a rundown of the festival.
This year, on the 3rd of March, we'll host a sponsors night again at APEC House. And then on the 4th will be a very big day out at Erakone, where we'll start the day with the Vanagi race, the Vanagi Heuhelulu, throughout the day. At the end of that, we will have the reenactment of the arrival of the Hiri Lagatoi. So that'll happen on the 4th. And then on the 5th, we have the traditional performers at Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, and that'll culminate with the crowning of the new Hiri Haninamo for 2023.
The Gaira village has been engaged to construct the Lagatoi, with works currently underway. Jasmine Nero, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager. Bungum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgeta.
Unlock infinite possibilities with a back-to-school scholarship from Digicel. That's right, you could win one of 5 scholarships valued at 3,500 kina. Simply top up 5 kina or more or buy a 4G LTE smartphone for your chance to win. So hurry, visit your Digicel store today and top up 5 kina or more or buy a smartphone to win one of 5 3,500 kina back-to-school scholarships to secure your future. Only with Digicel, better together.
St. John Ambulance, how can we help you?
Calls like these are a part of our day-to-day routine at St. John Ambulance.
Space, this is Alpha 130. We cannot locate the patient or the house.
Our crew is unable to locate you. Ma'am, I would like to send you a text which has a link that can help us find you.
Introducing the GoodSim application. When you click on the link, you give us permission to log into your location and get to you in time.
Confirmed off space. Alpha 130 has arrived on scene.
Video marketing is the latest trend in today's world. We at Trend Media have the expertise in unrivaled multimedia platforms to take your messages to the next level. Our TVWAN platform gets the most audiences from Filipino dramas, popular sports telecasts, and up-to-date live news. Advertise on Digicel TV and TV1 to bring your messages to the center stage. For more information, contact Trend Media today.
Welcome back. New Power Limited has renewed its partnership with Sportstock Sevens for the 2023 edition of the tournament. The announcement coincided with the official launch of this year's tournament at the Santos National Football Stadium lounge on Tuesday.
The continued partnership between New Power and Sportstock Sevens reaffirms the company's commitment to supporting diversity and inclusiveness in sport, in this case the Sportstock Sevens tournament. New Power CEO Michael Uyari, on behalf of the company, said New Power is delighted to be associated with Sportstock Sevens again this year after the success of last year's tournament. The CEO said from this partnership, the company would like to stress the importance of diversity with the inclusion of more women playing the game. He went on to highlight the 3 main pillars of their targeted investments, namely partnership with Sportstock Sevens, get into rugby program for primary and secondary schools, and supporting Rugby Sevens high performance unit.
The first one is this association we have with Sportstock Sevens. Our second one is get into rugby program for our schools in the Hiri West area. We support, we will support this year 5 villages, roll out the get into rugby program across the schools, primary and secondary school levels across Parabara, Boera, Papalele, and Kido will start to get into rugby program. And then a third one is targeted investment in supporting the high performance unit for our national sevens team.
On behalf of Sportstock Sevens, franchise manager Benson Upas said the tournament has grown over the past 5 years and heads into its 6th year, scheduled for Easter weekend at the Santos National Football Stadium.
And again, I want to take this opportunity again to thank Michael. You are the CEO of New Power and his team for the support, continual support since last year. It has been a very challenging times, but we're fortunate to have New Power to come on board to support the community obligations, part of the community obligations, and sports, especially rugby.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Game 2 of the Hohola Off-Season Rugby League Clash of Wards was staged last Sunday at the EP Park in Hohola between the Ward 7 Maroons and Ward 8 Blues. The match went down to the wire with no winners when both teams ended up in a deadlock at full time.
The famous EP Park was packed to capacity as residents of Hohola and Tokarara suburbs came together as one to support their respective wards in the Battle of the Ward series. Special guest was Port Moresby Vipers CEO Ronnie Titi, who officiated the kickoff. President Kembi Igiman and like-minded league enthusiasts involved with the off-season competition had initiated the Blues and Maroon series to change the perception by coming up with something different compared to past years. The president said since Game 1, he's been overwhelmed by the turnout. He said the objective is not just to promote rugby league, but also create a space for SME mothers to sell their products. Igiman added that after the series decider, they will pick a development squad to challenge the Vipers Academy team and hopefully get 1 or 2 players into the Vipers squad.
All idea after off-season come, most of plus running off-season and overall pathway blow mangi lo going set bad. Off-season sa bring him plenty of local player good blow mangi bad. Or resell cup team na kind of say mono sa looking more mangi through lo off-season looking more pochetol blow kind of say. But now I'm really one of my Blues and Maroons simply creating initiative lo. Just like expose more boys go outside lo. At least now you may have so get chance lo play more Vipers lo day 29 lo all EP Park, which after 2 weeks from now. Probably lo January 29. So me plan master lo by Vipers or management team Ronin good feel lo coach lo academic Vipers lo support him lo local lo all out season team.
Meanwhile, Titi was impressed with the Battle of the Ward series, describing it as a big step forward.
It's a really good concept that Kambi, who spearheaded the tournament, to organize such a good. It's similar like the Governors Cup concept, but it's confined the 2 wards, 7 and 8, and I think Maroons got the first one, Ward 7, and this one it's do or die for the Blues. And I think after this they'll have a select side to play with the Vipers Academy. I've seen a lot of talents here, and it's good to come out and see there's lots of talents here, NRL stars. So they could make it into Digital Cup, you know.
The Blues and Maroon concept is part of a bigger plan, and that is to affiliate the Hola Off-Season League to the PNG RFL in future once all requirements are in place. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water. Cough or sneeze into your elbow and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.